Welcome back to Button Down Gaming. My name is Jay, and I'm playing with myself. In the last episode, I got a wire from this old man with a cold. And we're going to do something with it. This is one of those cases where you kind of just need to play around until you figure it out, because it's actually kind of difficult. My dog looked like it was going to throw up on my quilt. That's not okay.
I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half pint to that man.
What?
On the house. Now,
What?
could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Okay. I guess I'm just going down then. This is where the beer pumps are. Oh,
What a
Jesus.
dumb place to store a flashlight. A dark cellar. The only way I was going to
That's a
find
good point.
anything down there was to feel around.
How come flashlights never start to fail when you don't need them? That's a scary movie question. I guess I'll just pull this lever. Oh man, spooky music for the cellar.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Don't worry, it's okay. We got this. Nothing appears to happen. This guy's really dope. He just plays the same thing all day, and these people don't mind. I had a guy who would come into my shop and play an ocarina all the time, and everyone minded. Remember, the crash happened right around here.
And an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Oh shit, son!
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
This is
What
Khan,
about
by
the
the
boy?
way.
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut.
Well,
Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
right, but did you? You didn't answer the question, George. Alright, I think we want to go downstairs.
It wasn't my nerves that stopped me jumping. It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's your nerves, George. I get it. That's a funny. But man, we just stopped and talked to Khan. MFing Khan. He's like the big bad, at least so far. Wish there was a way that we can... Hey! Sophie. Khan's not here. It's okay. Hey! Shut up. But now I can see. And what is that I see?
Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
Oh, that dripping's gonna drive me crazy.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. As I held it aloft, I realized the fascination it could command. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way, you're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
So
If
they
you
used
wanna
the
do me a
same
favor,
voice effect when he
keep
was
a
inside the
lookout for
bar,
that
which was
guy in
really
the
weird.
suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Now, there is, around here somewhere, there is a flashlight.
I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there. I looked among the
I
cleaning
love when they
materials, but saw
self-narrate in
nothing
these
I could
point-and-click
use.
games. It's pretty great. Why even give me the option to look at that if you're just going to shrug? Where is it then?
I looked among the cleaning materials, but saw...
Alright, what about this?
The faucet creaked, coughed, and...
Yeah, alright, turn it off.
I shut
At
off
least
the
for now.
faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Where is that flash? Do I have it already? I do have it. Do you guys remember when I picked that up? Because I don't. But now I can see. And what is that I see? Alright, here we go. Oh, okay, I need to go over here. This is another timing-based thing. Dude's got his arm on this green material. When he takes a drink. When he takes a drink. There we go. Yoink.
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
And we're gonna leave. We're finally leaving Patrick's Pub, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't the only site in Lochmarn, Ireland that we're gonna see. I promise. There's a lot of sights to see. There's many a sight to see. That is my best Irish accent. I'm a disgrace to my heritage. Let's talk to him.
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no, what if I was to say no?
Shut up, dog!
Shrouded in denial.
The door's closed. You can't leave the room anyway.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the consequence?
I was a little out of practice.
All these references to constipation and incontinence and all that, just all over the place. Let's talk to you about the car.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket.
Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car. And what was it doing?
A racing car!
Poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Big
Yeah,
surprise.
He knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot. How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
God, I love this
What
game.
idiot could have heard it coming?
Let's talk about Fitzgerald. He is a
Maybe
pretty
you
big
know
idiot.
the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well,
Man, you're just
that's a relief now.
talking about that out in the open.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
Stop barking, dog. Jeez.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack.
Suggestion.
What a moral
Hint.
dilemma.
Hint.
Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction. or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvelous. I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Oh, yes. Everyone's a drunk in Ireland. Like I said, a lot of racist stereotypes in this. I realized I didn't talk about
Strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me
McDevitt's
to
bar?
contemplate the stack of hay.
I didn't think it was McDevitt's. Anyway, why I stopped playing Stardew Valley when I was playing with myself before. That was the first one I did months and months ago, just as like a test run. And I didn't end up doing anything with it, mainly because it's just a do whatever you want kind of game, so it's hard to keep entertaining, whereas this is going to have like a through plot line, and I'll know when I'm done, and I can play from beginning to end and have little breaks like this where we can stop between episodes, and it's all set up really, really nicely, whereas I already have a few episodes worth of Stardew Valley recorded, but it would require a lot of editing out of the boring stuff, and who knows when I've hit the time, and then so when I say goodbye, I might only have 5 minutes of material as opposed to the usual at least 10 that I do. So I decided it probably wasn't the best thing to do playing with myself. So I'm going to do this instead. We're already 8 episodes into this? 9? This is our 9th episode, I think. Well, in episode 10, I'm going to climb this haystack. So won't you join me next time on Button Down Gaming when I play with myself?